Hello and welcome to the Kenneth Vercammen Law Office Legal Podcast, looking at the confidential DWI interview form. And this is things that are asked by the attorney at the DWI interview. Defense of a charge of DWI driving while intoxicated is extremely fact sensitive. While some of the information that is asked may appear irrelevant, there may be some fact or circumstance that could ultimately help someone charged with this offense with the defense. Any information provided to their attorney is protected by the attorney-client privilege and is confidential. So if someone's serious about defending a DWI, let's say it's important that they record this information that's fresh in their memory, let's see, and it's important that they answer the questions as truthful as possible. So let's say information, obviously, age, height, weight. Does someone have a CDL commercial driver's license? Have they ever been arrested for DWI before? If so, when and where? Let's see. At the roadside, did the officer treat you fairly and professionally? We tell them to write any comments they have about the officer. Let's say if they know their court date, the date and time, because sometimes individuals come into our office and their court date could be the next day. What are the other tickets that were issued, such as failure to maintain lanes, speeding, illegal U-turn, running a red light or stop sign? Let's say equipment violation. Let's say careless driving. Let's say and any other charges that were issued. So let's see. Now we look into what's called the probable cause. Let's see. What was the street, city, state where they were stopped? Did the officer see you driving? And if not, did someone admit to driving the vehicle? The police have to prove that the person was driving. Sometimes there's actual observations. Other times it's based upon admissions by the person or circumstantial evidence. If the person did drive, what route did they take? Where did the trip begin and end? So we often ask the question, where were you coming from? Where were you going to? Was there anyone else in the car? Let's say, or traveling with you but in another vehicle following. We won a suppression motion one time because the person following was able to testify that there was no weaving going on. Next question. Weather conditions, road conditions, the lighting and the traffic along the route. What was the time of the arrest? Let's see, what time did the officer stop? So the time of arrest is different. The time of arrest is when they say you're under arrest. When were you first stopped? Was someone arrested within 3-4 minutes of being stopped? Was there a longer time? Did the officer have a valid reason for stopping you in the vehicle? Let's say, what did the officer indicate initially to you as the reason for the stop? And sometimes that's different from the tickets issued. Was a person speeding? Were they speeding? Were they weaving? Accident? Was there injury or no injury? Was it a roadblock? Let's say, or unknown, or someone doesn't know why they were stopped. Let's see. With that, next we look at the reasonable cause to arrest someone. There's a difference between the stop of the car and the arrest of the person. Did the police say why they stopped them? What questions did they ask with as much detail as possible? Did they ask you to exit the car? Do you recall exiting the vehicle? How did you walk? Did you walk to the front or the back of the car? Do you recall if there was a video nearby? Let's say police car, for example. How long did you stand in one place? Did the police find any alcoholic bottles, drugs, containers, or other evidence to show intoxication? The state can prosecute someone not just on alcohol, but on even prescription meds being under the influence. So the next issue is, what did the police do next? What field sobriety tests, balance coordination tests were conducted prior to being arrested and handcuffed? I found, it's important to have, clients try to write this information down right away. What was your recollection as to if you passed or failed? Many of our clients say they passed, and we say, well, if you passed everything, you probably wouldn't be sitting across from us at an interview. Did you tell the officer you were under the influence of drugs or alcohol while operating? What did you say you had to drink? Important issues sometimes deal with someone's physical problems, because one of the questions is asked, do you have any injuries in New Jersey? But some people don't have injuries, but they have physical issues that would affect their ability to do balance test. And if someone does have physical issues, they need to explain that to their attorney. Let's see. So there's and as far as field sobriety tests, there's different tests such as the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, where someone's asked to follow a pen or finger or other object with their eyes. The New Jersey Appellate Division has found the horizontal gaze nystagmus test not to be scientifically reliable. That was State versus Duraguzzi. Let's see, was someone asked to stand with their head tilted back with the eyes closed, feet together. That test has not been approved by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. How about standing on one foot for a period of time? Let's say, doing the alphabet, walking in a straight line, heel to toe, touching nose to finger, any other field sobriety tests. Now, did the officer advise you could refuse the field sobriety tests? Let's see, in New Jersey, no one's required to take field sobriety tests. They are required by law to take the breath test and provide at least 2 sufficient samples. Let's see. We ask, what type of shoes was someone wearing? Let's say, do you feel that you satisfactorily performed the balance and coordination tests? Let's see, what was the area where the field sobriety tests were given? Was it wet? Was it flat? Was there debris or junk in the road? Was it a sidewalk? Was it next to a busy highway? Was there no lights, or was it scary because there's buzzing by cars and they were coming close, and the only light was when a car would zip by with their headlights on going 70 miles an hour? Let's see. We asked the clients, could they take some photos during daylight of the area where the field sobriety tests were given? That might save them some money rather than hiring an expensive investigator to go out. Let's see. Did the police do any of the new handheld roadside breath tests? Those are not admissible in the DWI case, but many courts allow them in for the reason as to whether or not there's probable cause to arrest someone. Let's see. Next question we asked, did you drink any alcoholic beverages, take any drugs during the 10 hours before being stopped? Let's see. Let's see. Many people underestimate how many drinks they have or cannot remember. It's important to their case. Let's see. If they had drinks, what did they have to drink? When did they have the first drink? When did they have their last drink? Let's see. Who are their witnesses? Some witnesses are helpful, some witnesses are not helpful. Let's see. Next question, was someone on prescription medications or drugs? Now, let's see. The fact that someone's taking prescription meds does not help them. It hurts them because the combination of alcohol and prescription meds sometimes puts them under the influence. Let's say, and in New Jersey and other states, it's not a defense where someone had a prescription painkiller and then had some alcohol, and the combined effects maybe affected their ability to drive. Let's see. If someone drank after starting drinking, let's say what that we need to know. Let's see. Next question. Medical conditions, recent illnesses or injuries they suffer. Let's see. And where was someone in the 24 hours before this? Let's see. After someone is stopped, they need to estimate, okay, how many minutes went by from the time the officer stopped and contacted someone until they put the handcuffs on. Let's see. If we're able to obtain the video, we have our clients come to our office, view the video, and record the minute by minute description of what was said, what happened. That helps them understand their case better. Let's say how many minutes arrived from when were from when someone was arrested to when the first test was given, whether or not it's breath test, blood test, urine test. If someone did take a chemical test, well, obviously, was it breath, blood, or urine? Let's say urine is not sufficient for alcohol, but it can test someone positive for being under the influence of other things, although blood is usually the preferred, where someone's under the influence of drugs. Let's see. Now, let's say there's a new machine in New Jersey, the Alcotest machine. So, Did someone take the alcohol test machine? Let's see. Did you give 2 samples? Let's see. Sometimes, because it requires 1.5 liters of air, it sometimes takes people longer than others. We asked the question, did someone suffer from lactose intolerance, acid reflux, or other burping syndrome? How about diabetes? Does someone work with chemicals? Let's see. Does someone recall being advised of their right to an independent blood test? If someone's charged with refusal, where or when did you supposedly refuse, and what was said to you? If someone's charged with refusal, what exactly did they say to the police when asked to take the test? If you refused but later changed their mind, please give the details. We ask, was someone aware there was any video either at the police car or at the police station? Who are the witnesses to the arrest? Sometimes there's someone that watched it from the street. Did the police ask you questions during the police ride? When were you read your Miranda? Now, it's common, someone says, well, I wasn't read my Miranda. Well, that's not a defense to any arrest. The only thing Miranda does is if someone made a confession or gave statements, those statements that are made after someone is arrested can't be used against them. But Miranda does not apply to the typical questioning at the police scene. When did someone ask for an attorney at the time? Did you tell anyone you wanted to speak to an attorney? Did you say you wanted to remain silent? Have you spoken to any other attorneys, we usually ask. Let's say, yeah. And then we finish with what other relevant information is there that we should know? And let's say, yeah, no one wants to be convicted of DWI. Winning a DWI is very difficult, but let's say no one can win lotto unless they buy a ticket, and no one can win a DWI unless they contest it. Let's see, no one's ever won a DWI by pleading guilty, so it's important to do, if someone wants to contest it, to prepare. Let's see, for other information, visit website njlaws.com or website benotguilty.com. That's benotguilty.com, or contact the law office of Kenneth Vercammen, 732-572-0500. Thank you and good luck.